What's up, DFS players? There are 17 MLB games today, so you know there are going to be some great betting opportunities in baseball. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. Now, I have some soccer picks. It's not actually this one, and I have some MLB picks. So let's go ahead, let's get into them. And again, what I like to recap at the start of every video, because it's so critical, is how PrizePicks works, right? So any two-pick entry you create, any two picks you select on PrizePicks, you're always going to get the same price, which is very unique. You're always going to get 20 to win 60, which means 20 to win 40 in profit, or just plus 200 odds, right? Any two-pick entry, any two-leg parlay on PrizePicks is just plus 200 odds. So we've gone through this before, but essentially what that means, and there will be a video in the end screen kind of discussing more about the math behind PrizePicks, but is on PrizePicks, the implied odds on any player prop in a two-pick entry is minus 137, and you need to win your player props 57.74% of the time to break even. So we've gone through this math before. There will be a video in the end screen if you want to learn more, but the easiest way to think about this is if you created a two-leg parlay on a sportsbook where both bets were minus 137 odds, your parlay would come out to plus 200, right? You can just use a parlay calculator. So because PrizePicks only gives you plus 200 odds on a two-pick entry, the implied prices are minus 137. So the first player prop I have is in the Twins-Blue Jays game. So this is a positive EV play. So again, on OddsJam, you can use any of the betting tools or even just browse odds on PrizePicks because now you know the implied odds they're giving you is minus 137. So for example, we can see right here with a 1.6% profit margin, you look for the bet in bold with a circle around it, and we can see it's Dylan Bundy over 3.5 strikeouts. This is the play you want to be on. So unfortunately, I can't even really bet that much more on it. It looks like PrizePicks is saying the maximum amount I can bet daily is now $500. So they're limiting me like crazy, taking too much money from them. But regardless, whatever, let's go ahead. Let's get into why we like this player prop. 1.6% profit margin, bet in bold with a circle around it is Bundy over 3.5. So you can see here on OddsJam, right? And you can do the same thing for Underdog Fantasy, that every sportsbook has the over heavily juiced, right? From minus 154 to minus 170 on Pinnacle Sportsbook, which is the sharpest, most efficient betting market. So this is an indication to us as a sports bettor when sportsbooks have the over heavily juiced that, hey, maybe we want to be on this on PrizePicks because they're not changing our payout depending on if we select the over or the under. Right? On PrizePicks, your payout doesn't change depending on if you select Bundy over or under. Payout doesn't change. Right? So you obviously want to be on the over because the sportsbooks are heavily juicing it. So what you can actually do is use a calculator to remove the VIG from the sportsbooks market and back out what is the true odds for this bet. So we can see Pinnacle's market, they have the over minus 170, the under plus 126. So you throw that into his no vig odds calculator or a fair odds calculator as it's called, no vig fair odds calculator, most important calculator on OddsJam. And you see, hey, the true odds for this bet are minus 142 when you remove the vig, remove the juice from the betting market on the sharpest sportsbook, right? You find the midpoint, you remove the vig, remove the juice. The true price from the sharpest sportsbook is like minus 143. And we're getting better odds at minus 137. So you want to hammer this on PrizePicks. It's positive EV. And it should be pretty clear looking at the betting market that like, yeah, there's value on PrizePicks. So this is the first prop I'm on. There's a bunch. Unfortunately, I already got rid of my 500, all my bets for today, which I gave out in the OddsJam Discord server. So you can join below, give out some free picks daily, some premium DFS picks, but tons and tons of soccer I bet. But for the MLB, Dylan Bundy over 3.5, I ended up going with. But soccer is actually more profitable than MLB. But regardless, I have it in a two-pick entry, one soccer pick in the MLS, Sebastian not to score, and then Dylan Bundy over 3.5. I could only get $10 down. But regardless, that's what it is. Let's make some money tonight.